If you're sitting on a property that's near a train station or on a busy road or near a shopping centre, you could be sitting on a gold mine.
It's taken a while, but Perth is slowly embracing higher density living. Subdividing is no longer restricted to huge blocks and doesn't simply mean whacking a second house in the backyard.
A lot of people are knocking down older houses and putting up 2, 3, 4, 5, even 8 apartments or townhouses, depending on their block size.
The state government wants around half our population growth over the next 20 years to be in established areas. Throw in zoning changes a few years ago and subdividing can pay off for people on blocks of 400 or 500 square metres.
So that means we'll see a lot more infill around train stations, shopping centres on the busy transport corridors as well.
Development consultant Damien Collins says this place in Bayswater is a perfect example. At 580 square metres with an R40 zoning, 3 properties can be built. So the owners are putting up 2 apartments at the front and a 2-storey townhouse at the back.
A nice little development. The client had an old rental property on it and now they've knocked it down. They're able to have 3 properties they're going to hold on to, and it's a good rental income stream for their retirement.
When you factor in the purchase price of $530,000 and add on the price of construction and all other costs, even with a total outlay of $1.5 million, Damien reckons the owners will make a tidy windfall.
I'd expect they'll probably make around $150,000 in additional net worth to them overall.
The owners of this 930 square metre block in Maylands plan to build 4 villas. They stand to gain around $260,000.
Now's a really good time in those inner rings of Perth to be subdividing property into tomorrow's market.
Property expert Gavin Hegney believes housing values have reached the bottom and will slowly start to climb later this year.
It's a really good time to subdivide land when you've got rising values, not falling values.
Be warned though, there are risks and you need to do your homework.
I've seen situations where people have knocked down a house and gone to the bank then and realised they couldn't do anything with it, then they're sitting on a vacant block.
Damien says the first thing to do is speak to your local council about zoning. Do the sums, make sure you fully understand all the costs involved, then do more research before committing to a builder.
Things can go wrong, things happen, so you just got to be prepared, have some money set aside for contingencies, because while you hope for the best and 90% of the time it does go right, just be prepared to plan for the worst and mitigate those risks.
Some homes, like this one in Mount Lawley, are worth keeping and putting a second home out the back, but that's not always the case.
There are still opportunities for retain and build if the house is situated correctly and the zoning's right, but if you've got a higher zoning, it may not be the best economic use of that property.
The experts say subdividing in outer suburbs with falling values doesn't really make sense, but inner suburbs close to transport are ripe for the picking.
Just make sure you've got a profit factor before you start, and hopefully if the market rises, that'll balloon over time.
It may not necessarily be right for you right now, but it's certainly something worth looking at if you've got one of those properties that's in those areas where you can develop it.